Hello and welcome to Me Tarot Owl. Today for a weekly reading, I'm going to be doing a candle divination for you for the week of Valentine's Day and for Valentine's Day itself. And what it's going to be, a candle divination. And what it's going to be is a candle divination reading for you. I do have other candle divination videos. I'll put the link to it up here in one of the corners for you, and possibly I'll put the playlist at the end of the video. So you can just go into that playlist and find your zodiac sign, and you can watch, because I do a complete walkthrough on how to perform candle divination, so you could do this at home as well. You know, what type of candle to use, how to bless the candle, what spirits and energy that you're calling into the candle, and how to put your own intent and your own energy into the paper, and so on and so on, and how to use protection, and the whole process is played out for you. So just to keep this short, though, to keep this video a little shorter, I'm going to just walk through it just a titch for you and explain how it's done just very quickly. Not with all the ritual, no, I won't say ritual, but not with all the, not everything. So first of all, you need to select a piece of paper. You're going to write your name on it. Since it's for Valentine's, general right now, just for show, I'm writing Valentines on it. You light your candle, you take your paper, and I'm going to be going with the paper. I'm going to be doing this part off camera, though, for you. You take the paper, and this can take up to anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes to put your intent in it. And right now, I'm just kind of speeding through this here, just to get some smudges on the paper to show you. But this can take a good 20 minutes or more to really get some clear images and get the candle going on the paper. Here it goes. See, it's starting to form some right now. Okay. Alright, so, okay, as you can see now, there's some candle smudges here. These are really pronounced ones, but the closer you look to the paper, like there's some right here, there's some right here, and there's some right here, there's some down here that's not showing real pronounced in this picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline. I'm going to grab a pencil, and I'm going to outline all the smudges that I see. So, then I'll come back on camera, and I will show you everything, all the smudges that I've outlined, and I'll talk about it some, and then I'll shut the camera off, and I'll go and I'll shade in everything, and I'll come back to you, shade it in, and then I will tell you your reading from what the smudges, what the candle, passion from the candle's flame is giving to you for your reading for this week. Okay, so hang on, and I'll be right back with your candle smudges. All right, Gemini, I am back from doing the candle divination part. I outlined all the candle smudges for you here, and I'm going to be showing you what I am seeing here from this picture, and then I'm going to go and color it in to make it more prominent and give you the reading off the images that the candle has brought to you for Valentine's Day and for Valentine's Day week. So one of the first things I'm seeing here is a heart. It's coming out of the letter, it formed around the letter G of your zodiac sign, but you can see the heart. It's pretty prominent right here. Then you can also see a line going through, which was actually the line from your G. But it looks as though there's the way that the smudge came out here, it's looking as though it's a broken heart, right? Looks as though perhaps it was Cupid, or an arrow's been shot through to your heart. Okay, here's the arrow right here. Alrighty. And then here, right here in the center of the paper, I'm seeing an upside down heart. An upside down heart. And then we have a little bee. And then you have a bee over here. I'm calling this a bee. I'm seeing this as a bee. It can also be not only be read as a physical bee, it could also be representing the letter B as well. So if you know someone or something that starts with the letter B that has anything of importance to you for Valentine's Day week or day, that could be just representing the letter B as well, other than the physical little insect bee. So that bee can be read two different ways, okay? And then I'm also sticking out to me is the letters C, M, and N. Now this has nothing to do with the candle smudges, but if you notice how the smudges and from the flame of the candle, it kind of went in between them and kind of like saved these letters here. And it turned your G into a C. So again, if the letters C, M, or N mean anything to you, that is something else that you can look into. All right, so now with this heart that's drooping down here, if you notice, it looks like there's a trail going. Looks as though there's a trail coming from that, your emotions are being carried out. So this could be, and then it's coming up here like a candle going into the heart, which is kind of like you're going to be possibly manifesting something or wishing and thinking of someone, because there is a heart up here at the very top. So again, I'm going to color this all in for you, and I'll come back and give you your reading. So one moment, please. All right, Gemini, here's your colored in Candle Divination smudges. So let's go right into your reading. First, I'm going to start with some of the easy stuff here. As you can see, this here used to be your letter G for Gemini, and a candle smudge came along and kind of took, I don't know what you would call it. This part of the G is missing. So you also have an M and an N here, which is pretty pronounced here because the candle smudge, there was no smudging from the flame and the passion of the candlelight around it. So this is pretty pronounced here. And as I was saying a little bit ago there, you also have a little insect here, a little bee, which we can take two ways. We can take this bee in two ways in this reading. So the first way is it could also be representing the letter B. Alright, so you have 4 letters here, which are pretty pronounced in your reading. So you have the letter C, a B, M, and N. If any of those, if any of these letters represent anything to you, just keep that in mind as we go along with your reading. Like, just for example, a C could be, all these letters can be somebody's name. The C can also be related to possibly a Capricorn or a Cancer. You have the M here, which can be for a month, possibly, or for a mother, a mom, besides, names. And then you have N here, which can be represented by names as well, of course, or perhaps the month of November. Okay, so again, just keep this in mind as you go through the reading and listen to what the picture's portraying here. The letters C, B, M, and N. All right. So now we're going to start here with the heart with this arrow through it. As you can see, it's a heart, and it looks as if though an arrow is coming through the heart here. You can see the line of the arrow. It's coming shooting right through the heart. And that is representing, of course, a broken heart. Or maybe it's just what you may be feeling, or possibly there was a breakup recently. Okay? If any of those are scenarios for you, it is showing up here, okay? Now, on the other side, though, for some of you, it could also be a Cupid's arrow coming through the heart. It could be Cupid's heart. I mean, Cupid's arrow coming through the heart, which is, of course, showing you that it's very possible that there's going to be a new love coming in for you into your life. Okay, or a secret admirer as well. You may be, for some of you, you may be having a secret admirer and you're not aware of it yet, you know? So, alright, so this is there. And now, so now let's go over here. Let's go over here to this upside down heart here. Alrighty. And as you can see, it's kind of in the shape of a teardrop. And above it here is a little plump happy heart. Yeah. So again, this is showing sadness. You know, this is showing sadness. I'm getting it's being shown as sadness here. Once was a little plump heart, and now, you know, it's kind of that little heart. It's kind of deflating. It's kind of deflated here, and it's pouring out all its emotions. All the emotions of this plump little heart is coming down in teardrops into emotions, and the emotions are starting to, they're starting to pour out, you know, because, you know, there was a broken heart here as well, but all the emotions are starting to pour out. But wait, see here, the emotions, these were your emotions, right? If you look here and see how the emotions now, your emotions are starting to rise up. So the passion of this candle divinational flame that is showing that with love for yourself, you're going to start believing, and you're going to be healing yourself. You're going to be healing yourself as you look further and you go further. And you go further after time, there's going to be a new love. There's going to be a new love. Or a new relationship is going to be spark. There's going to be sparking again, because as you notice, look how plump the heart is up here, and it's illuminated with yellow light, right? So the shape of these emotions now, the shape of the emotions is really interesting, and how it's rising up. It almost looks like a candle itself, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a candle? Here's the flame, the wick is the heart, and then the wax is dripping down. And it almost looks as though it's in a candle holder as well. Now this is part of the holder here, down here. This part here is the holder, the candle's sticking in it. And although you do have to imagine this part of it, that this is the, you know, here, this is the handle of the candle holder. You know, it should actually, it needs to be moved down to here and hook on to here. Alright. But you see the flame and that plump little heart inside that flame? As I was saying, it's a new spark. A new spark is forming. And you also see how this heart here is above this heart. The one that was starting to bleed and cry. So let's, alright. See how much, you know, a new love, a new spark, you know. After you get these emotions controlled, and it's going to be sparking a new love, and this heart here is much higher than this one. So it's going to be a whole new experience for you. It's going to be much better than what may have been broken here. Okay? So now let's go over here to this little bee. Let's talk about the little honeybee here. The bee spirit is coming in and telling you, and the bee represents accomplishments of what you see is impossible, of what you see that is impossible. The little bee will make accomplishments of what you don't think is even possible. That is the energy you know, that is the energy and the message that's coming from this little bee here for you. So it's also saying, it's also kind of representing and saying, so it's time for you to get busy and start enjoying the sweetness of life again. Start enjoying the sweetness of life again. And for some of you, it may be just representing as well, you know, that this little bee is representing the honey from the Cupid's arrow, and possibly some of you, all of you, you may be receiving a bouquet of flowers as well. You know, the bees representing the flowers, a bouquet of flowers. So actually, if we take the little stinger off, I mean, his little tongue or off, and some of his wings that are up here, it does kind of look, like a vase, doesn't it? It's like a vase of flowers. Okay. So all in all, though, the bee is buzzing, and to let you know, and to let all of you know, actually, that to enjoy the nectar of life. Enjoy the nectar and the sweetness of life. Okay. So there's the reading. I hope you enjoyed and you have a wonderful day. Bye now.